And today is going to be all about the journey of turning your life over to the Most High, following Christ, and the pushback that you will receive. And let me tell you, the pushback that you will receive is from the closest ones to you, your spouse, your family, your bestie, and a lot of the times, people, they don't know like what's going on or why they acting like this. And you thinking just because you want to better yourself, but that's not the case, It's more so that light, because it's like this. When you want to better yourself, far as, maybe if you get a new job, but then when people hear that you open up your own business, because that takes that mental work, and I'm not taking anything from anybody that has a job or whatever, because it does take brain power to get up and go, and execute those things every day, that way every day. But it's something about when you step out of that type of energy and you want to own your own stuff. And it's something about when you step out of that energy, when you don't want to go party no more, you would rather focus on your goals. You know what I'm saying? It's something spiritual that comes with that. You begin to love yourself more and exude that. And people don't like that. So I just wanted to speak about that today and let you guys know that when you come to serve the Lord and you are ready to make that shift in your life, and you begin to make that shift, and the Most High begins to, work with you, and that light shines, people are not going to like it. I know you're probably thinking like, well, I just want to better myself, but it's more than that. You understand? Because by you bettering yourself shows them that they're not, where they pretend to be. They're not who they pretend to be. You understand? All of those things. So, people don't like that. They don't like it. They don't like for you to seem like, and then the first thing they hit you with is, oh, what you think you better than us? No, just because all of a sudden you want to follow the dietary laws. Yeah, for years your whole family may have eaten pork. You probably eaten pork before too, but learning the dietary laws, you realize that it's unlawful and you want to change and follow the Father. When you start following these laws, statutes, and commandments, people will begin to hate you. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Okay? So, let's jump in. John 15 and 18. If the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. So let's just start there. Christ said, if the world hates you, know that it hated me first, before it hated you. Before it hated you, it hated me. So let's just make that clear. There's nothing that is happening to us, body of believers, that has not happened to Christ. You understand? The disciples, the apostles. You understand? So this is not nothing new. There's nothing new under the sun. If we are coming to follow Christ, we will be persecuted. And persecution comes in many forms. I'm telling you, it comes in forms like being a narcissist. The narcissist sees something in you. They see that good heart in you. And what do they want to do? They are Satan's children. I'm sorry, narcissists. But anyway, John 15 and 19. If ye were of the world would love his own. If you were like the world, or even think about it, when we was in the world, because we was, and we're still trying to get right. But when we was knee deep in the world, you probably had friends. Everybody was inviting you to parties. Your phone was like ringing off the hook. You know what I'm saying? I know that's how mine was. But then when I really came to serve the Lord, like 10 toes down, no, crickets. Now, instead of talking to me, they're behind your back talking about you. But that's okay. long as if they're behind your back talking about you, that means they're away from you. Okay? Keep them there. If you are of the world will love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hate you. So Christ chose those out of the world. And the world, they can see that light. They don't like it. And let me tell you something also. That person that you marry, man or woman, I mean woman with man and man with woman. When you were in the world, you guys got married. But when one of you come while you're married to serve the Lord, that person, not all the time, because I would be foolish if I said all the time. Sometimes, a lot of times, that you will see that person differently. You know, and it's not you will see them differently, but you will notice how they begin to treat you. You know, when they still worldly and want to still be worldly, but you want to change your life, they will begin to treat you differently. They will, I'm telling you. I mean, it will be your own spouse. That's where it's like you sleeping with the enemy. You know what I'm saying? And you may think that you're the same wife, but no. Because why? If you are changing your life to serve the Father, that person, man or woman, knows that they cannot get away with certain things. They feel convicted around you. And you may not even be doing anything. But it's just your presence. Remember, it's a spiritual thing. It's a spiritual battle. So they can feel it. It's like this. You ever come outside or be in a room full of people, whatever, and you just feel somebody looking at you, and then you just happen to look to the left or to the right or up on the balcony, and they looking right down at you, or they looking right at you? It's like that. That's how they feel you are. They feel like you just looking right at them. Everything that they do, they feel like you're being judgmental, but it's not you. It's actually them feeling convicted. You know what I'm saying? Their conscience bearing them witness to what they're doing is wrong. And instead of just using it, you know, as the blueprint to change, they rather hate you for changing and shining that light on them. I know it's a shame, but it's true. 1 John 4:20. If a man say, I love God and hateth his brother, he is a liar. So that's that's another key thing that you'll know. People that run around and say they love God and I believe in God. Yeah, I believe in God. I'll praise the Lord. No. And you see them hating their brother. You know what I'm saying? Now let me tell you something. I get that people get on your nerves. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But to hate somebody and to want to see something bad happen to them, they say they can't possibly love the Father. They cannot possibly love the Father, especially when a spark of the Father is in all of us. They're a liar. For he that loveth not his brother, whom he have seen, how can he love God, whom he have not seen? You see your brother, your sister. Listen, this goes both ways. You see them every day, every other day, whatever. Often you've seen them. And you can't stand them. You hate them, you know. Now, it's one thing if somebody offends you and you forgive them, but you don't deal with them. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about real life hate. You understand? Going out your way to make their life miserable. Purposely bringing them down and stealing their joy. Hate. Come on. We know what hate is. You don't love the Father. You don't love the Father. There's no way. So watch out for that. You understand? That's what I'm saying. Like if you have a friend, family member, spouse, or whatever, and they see that you're serving the Lord, and they want and you want to do good and follow the law, statutes, and commandments, the dietary laws, and walk upright, and they show hatred towards you, it's because they're not really following the Father, and you're magnifying that, and they don't like it. But that's not your problem. Sometimes you have to go in isolation. Sometimes you have to just be alone and serve the Father. It's just that way. 1 Peter 4:1. For as much then as Christ have suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind. Have that same mentality that, okay, I'm going to suffer just like Christ suffered. Because let me tell you, these spirits that go throughout people, they're ancient. Like I said, they was here before the flood. You know what I'm saying? They've been here since then. So my whole thing is, don't expect a different outcome. They're still here. They're just going from body to body, different bodies. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, if they did that to Christ, know that if you are sparks of the Father, they're going to do it to you too. Me too. Him too. Her as well. You understand? So it's not going to be a easy walk. It's not like, oh yeah, here, I'm here with the Father. Oh yeah. No, that's when Christ comes, and then we'll have peace. But until then, it's persecution. For he that have suffered in the flesh have ceased from sin. You suffer in the flesh, you cease from sin. That's why. Because you're no longer trying to deal with sin. So what? The world can't stand you. The world is, majority of the world is under sin. You know what I'm saying? And yes, we all do have work to do. But you guys understand what I'm saying. Some are just unrepentant. They don't care. Those are the ones that's going to hate you, because when you're walking right in Christ, you are trying your best not to sin. And they don't like that. 1 Peter 4:13, but rejoice in as much as ye are partakers of Christ's suffering, rejoice, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy. Listen, yeah, we're suffering right now, and I mean, it hurts. But after a while, when you really understand the fact that it's a spiritual battle and that this will happen, you kind of like don't, I don't even say you don't take it personal, but you understand what you're up against. You just understand it. You're like, you know what? Christ said this would happen. The Father said this would happen. The prophets mentioned this. You know what I'm saying? Like, these things have been spoken of. You understand? And the Most High's word is not mocked. What he says is what he says. And if he said that we're going to be persecuted for serving and walking like Christ, then that's just what it is. So you kind of like, you understand, and you accept it. What are you going to do? Turn back and go back to the world? No. Heck no. Romans 5:3. And not only so, but we glory in tribulation also. Glory in it. If you're being if you're going through tribulation because you're following Christ, know that you're doing something right. And as you're like, dang, I gotta go through hard times and I'm doing something right. Yes, you understand? Christ went through because on the other side of that persecution and tribulation is greatness. You know what I'm saying? Christ had to go through somebody that he trusts betrayed him. And what? Greatness was on the other side of that. It's the same way with us. And this is just the beginning. Knowing that tribulation worketh patience. Tribulation worketh your patience. It works on your patience. And patience experience. And patience experience gives you that experience, and experience hope. Patience, that tribulation gives you patience, and patience gives you that experience. What are you going to do with that experience? Help others out of the situation that you just been persecuted in. Help them like I'm telling you guys. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been through it and I'm understanding it now. So you need to do the same thing. Help others out of that darkness and out of that sadness of what, I'm just trying to serve the Father. Why people, exclude me from that company? Why they treat me like this? Help them out of it. Let them know the same situation. Bringing forth patience. Tribulation bringing forth patience. It works on your patience. And patience experience to help others. Now you are more knowledgeable of what is it really going on in the spiritual realm, because it's all spiritual. Last one and I'm done. Romans 8:28. And we know that all things work together for good to them that love the Most High, to them who are the called according to his purpose. So let me tell you something. Persecution, tribulation, all of this stuff, at the end, it works out for our good. It just does. The Most High knows what he's doing, okay? Because think about it. Sunny days wouldn't be special if it wasn't for rain. You understand? So pain shapes our character. Diamonds are under pressure. Gold is tried through the fire. Anything that's anything is put under some type of pressure, some type of force, some type of something. So you're no different. You know what I'm saying? So you guys, don't worry about it. Focus and let no one take you off your path. Doesn't matter who they are, because at the end of the day of judgment, you will be alone standing in front of the Father. All right? So hope you guys were edified. May the Most High be with you. Remember to stay prayed up. Sin not. The kingdom is at hand. I'll see you guys in the next video.